Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, today video, we're going to be discussing kind of like a recap of 2025 and what did it do for our retirement accounts, my kid's retirement account. What should you be doing in case, you have an 18-year-old teenager living in your household and you want to prepare them for their retirement. I understand that not a lot of people have these types of funds to be able to just dish out $1,000 a month and whatnot, and that's understandable. But the way I did it with this calculator, I put in $5 a day. So $5 a day, 365 days is $18.25 for the year. That is not a lot of money. But I'm going to show you guys that $18.25 a year will create generational wealth for 30 years. This is not something that's going to make you wealthy and, overnight. This is not it. This is something that's going to allow you to retire with a decent amount of money and not have to go to work after your retirement is done. Because I've seen it plenty of time. You can look it up on YouTube. You can look it up on social media. You can see when people get sick all the time and they post on social media that, let's make a GoFundMe page for X, Y, and Z because they don't have any funds or anything like that, right? So let's break the cycle and change the behavior and the mentality that we need to go to work every single day, even when we retire, which that is actually not the case. So first, we are going to recap our kids account for 2025. And I'll go from my 4-year-old to my 11-year-old, and then we'll see what they made 2025 and see if it worked. Let's go. So for starters, my 4-year-old Celine, she made $22.28 in just dividends this year alone. Just this year, nothing else. This account was started in April of last year, April 2024. It was when I started it. And this year generated 22.28. So not a bad return. So right now her account is 32.16. Not a bad return. So for my son Victor, who's 11 years old, he was 9 when I started this account. I started it with $500, right? This year alone, he made $19.62. The year prior to that, I believe in 2020, I don't know if I have 2024. No, I don't have 2025. Yeah, I don't have 2020. I don't have 2024 numbers here. Maybe I started in 2024, 2025. I can't remember. But that's where we started, going really heavy in our investments. And if you look over here, January, this is when I had my account with them. So I have my own account too, but I took it out. I was making about $1,000, roughly about $1,300 a month. And in April, May, I removed the money and transferred it to another account. And this is the dividend payments that they have been receiving each and every month until the end of the year. So not a bad return for a 4-year-old making $2,200 a year and an 11-year-old doing nothing making $1,900 a year. So that's pretty good returns. I'm going to share with you guys some calculation with SCHD. SCHD holds a basket of companies in the market, S&P 500, kind of mimics something with the NASDAQ or something. I can't really remember where, but they have a lot of companies under their portfolio, and they manage them very well, actually, for I may add. So remember when I said the $5 a day would create generational wealth? Well, here it is, right? So if we're talking about $18.25 a year, that's your 365 days a year, and you buy SCHD right now currently at $27.65. They pays a dividend per share, 27 cents per share. They pay every single quarter. The company growth, their dividends by almost 12% year over year. The price growth per share, it's 7.62%. 7.62%. And let's say that your start investment 1825 every single year. So, and you do this for 30 years, right? So a year 10, your investment will be grown to 44,255. By year 20, you will have $667,000 on that account. By year 30, this is where it gets crazy. You will have $1.2,174. So that's a growth of 2,100%. This company will pay you a yearly dividend of $133,793 per year. What does this mean to you guys? That you can actually retire at the age of 48 or 50, whatever you want, right? If you love what you do, just continue doing what you do, right? So this would allow you to retire at a very young age and be able to enjoy your retirement and not be forced to go back to work because the cost of living is too expensive. Hypothetical saying that you and your husband are doing this, right? So you started doing this at the age of 18 and your husband starts at the age of 25. You guys will probably be making roughly about the same amount of money depending on how much you contribute to these accounts. Mind you, this is with only $5 a day. What if you do $10 a day? So $10 a day, we're talking about $10 times 365. That's $36.50. So $36.50 in your initial payment and $36.50 every single year. Let's calculate the numbers. Ooh, look at that. So with just an additional $5 for 30 years, we're granting you $2.5 million, no, $2.6 million. And your dividend payments every single year will be $267,000 per year. Mind you, these are just estimations, right? So will it happen? Who knows? But it's a good tool to utilize to see where you will fall on your retirement. So the last thing that you want is to go back to work at the age of 65 or 68 because you didn't plan accordingly. So it is our responsibilities as parents to ensure that our kids are well set for their future. I know my kids will be set for their future because I'm 44 years old, right? And I feel like my body is not there anymore, right? So if you catch my drift, let's be ready. Let's prepare. Let's prepare our kids. Let's talk about finances on the house, because it is very important. It is important for us to teach our kids the right way, even though we didn't have the necessary knowledge to get to this point. But what are we doing to ensure that our kids are well set for the future? It is up to you as a parent to get this done and to teach them how to do this. So the information is free. If you guys have any topics, any suggestions for a future video, write it in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy. I do answer to all the videos, comments that I get on my videos. Share this video with whoever you want. Whoever needs the knowledge. It's free information. It's not something that I charge for it. I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't give you any financial advice, but I'm sharing what I'm doing for my kids and to secure their future at the long term. Stay safe. Happy 2026. Let's make this year an even better one, not only for you, but for all of your loved ones. Later, guys. Stay safe.